The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Vice President Sara Duterte has resigned from Lakas CMD, where she served as chairperson. The Vice President made the announcement earlier this morning. Duterte ran under this political party during her 2022 vice presidential bid. The party is headed by House Speaker Martin Romualdez as its president and former president and Pampanga Representative Gloria Macapagal Arroyo as chairman emeritus. Duterte was appointed chairperson after winning as vice president. Vice President Duterte did not categorically state her reason for leaving Lakas CMD. But in her statement, she says she owes her current position to the trust of the Filipino people, which she notes, quote, cannot be poisoned by political toxicity or undermined by execrable political power play. Duterte did say, though, that she is grateful for the party's support. The Vice President is a known friend and ally of Congresswoman Arroyo, who has recently been removed from her senior Deputy Speaker post. Representative Gloria Macapagal Arroyo has meanwhile broken her silence over her being removed as House Senior Deputy Speaker. In a statement, Arroyo cleared the air over reports that she was supposedly plotting a coup against Speaker Martin Romualdez. She clarifies that her actions may have been misconstrued, citing meetings with a delegation of congressmen in Korea. Arroyo clarified that being Speaker is no longer part of her political objectives. She says this has been her position ever since Romualdez was elected in the 19th Congress. Arroyo notes that her current political interests are 1. To represent Pampanga, 2. To support Marcos and Romualdez's legislative agenda, and 3. To use her experiences as former president to help the government if needed. Arroyo was removed as House Senior Deputy Speaker during a plenary session on Wednesday night. Her initial response to this move was a 6-word sentence: "It's the prerogative of the House." Arroyo has been demoted to the role of Deputy Speaker and was replaced as Senior Deputy Speaker by fellow Pampanga Representative Aurelio Gonzalez. House Majority Leader Manix Dalipe said this move aims to, quote, unburden Arroyo of the heavy load required from the Senior Deputy Speaker position. President Bongbong Marcos is set to witness an anti-warfare capability demonstration of the Philippine Navy. Marcos Jr. will observe the activity aboard the BRP Davao del Sur in the waters of San Antonio, Zambales. The capability demonstration is said to be the Navy's first for anti-warfare. These include a naval helicopter, which utilizes sonar technology to detect stealthy submarines. The military service said this would help them protect the Philippine territory. Armed Forces Chief of Staff Andres Centino inspected a military site in Palawan on Thursday. Located in Balabac Town, the base is among the 4 new sites under the country's Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement with the U.S. Centino checked on the ongoing construction of a 3-kilometer runway, warehouse, and barracks at the military base. He earlier visited the remaining 3 new EDCA sites located in the provinces of Cagayan and Zambales to conduct similar inspections.
It's very important that at this point we are able to at first come up with a facility or the capability to at least detect vessels or even aircraft coming in and out. That's the most important thing. Before we even start planning how to defend, yun ang unahin natin. Alam natin kung sino pumapasok. If these are hostile or friendly forces.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. The United Nations warns that the world may experience its warmest temperatures starting this year until 2027. According to the UN, the global climate in the coming years may surpass the highest temperatures recorded in 2016. This due to the combined effects of greenhouse gases and the looming El Nino phenomenon. This comes as the World Meteorological Organization warned that there was a 2/3 chance that global average temperature will surpass the 1.5 degrees Celsius warming limit within the next 5 years.
There's a 66% chance that we would exceed 1.5 degrees during the coming 5 years. And there's 33% probability that we would see the whole coming 5 years exceeding that threshold 1.5 degrees, which is of course not very likely to happen. It's practically sure that we will see the warmest year on record during the coming 5 years once this La Nina phase is over.
Back in the Philippines, State Weather Bureau Pagasa says it projects more frequent storms as intense as signal number 4 in the coming years. Pagasa also warns that the heat index in some areas of the country are expected to hit 46 degrees Celsius today, May 19. This is within the 42 to 51 degrees Celsius danger level set by the Bureau. The alarming rise in temperature in the country comes ahead of the El Nino, which is expected to come in the second half of the year and is expected to persist until the first quarter of 2024.
Mag-increase yung occurrences nila, more damaging na winds na dala-dala nito. With continuous increase ng temperature, partly natutunaw nga yung at least yung ice caps natin. And that contributes as well sa sea level rise, factors that could increase yung risk ng flooding.
Sa ngayon ay patuloy natin minomonitor. Nakikita natin na maging 90% chance ang El Nino na mag-persist towards the first quarter of 2024.
The Philippine chapter of High IQ Society Mensa believes that the recent report showing that Filipinos have below average IQ was questionable. Speaking to the big story, Mensa Philippines Membership Director Dr. Zoe Arugay Magat says the methodology used for the IQ report published by the World Population Review is questionable. With this, Arugay Magat also raised doubts over the report's conclusions. According to the report, Filipinos' average IQ is at 81.64. That ranks us at 111th out of almost 200 countries. The average IQ in the Philippines is among the bottom 4 in ASEAN, just falling behind Brunei with 87.58. Still, Arugay Magat says that if we are to assume that the study's methodology was sound, the below-average IQ could be attributed to various factors, including health, environment, and educational system. She adds that another possible factor could be the embracing of a culture of smart shaming instead of a culture of learning.
If we promote a culture of smart shaming, then, yung mga tao na lang, they will just accept na, hanggang doon na lang tayo, right? So, I think that's one of the other factors that we have to consider.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us again at 9:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.